Hey everyone, greetings from NIO House in Berlin. I just had a business meeting here with somebody from Shanghai, which you might actually see in a future video, but more on that later. This video is about something which I think might be exciting for EV investors with a focus on China. This is a Jinru Toutiao news article about actually just coming out just a couple of minutes ago, and it is about a MIIT spokesman. So this is the, let's say, regulatory body that's also governing the automotive industry, if you will, in terms of regulations in China. And he comes out and basically saying like that they're currently studying a follow-up for the NEV subsidies in China. So as you may know, the subsidies have been largely cut in China going into this year. And of course, this is reflecting in lower sales overall. It's been a quiet start. It's usually always quiet in this time of the year, but it's even been more quiet than last year. And you could, of course, say that this is due to the COVID effects and zero COVID policies and the COVID wave. So we'll have to see how much is a part of that. But of course, it's also because some of the subsidies have been cut back and phased out. And so it's big news that they are actually thinking of kind of reviving these subsidies, a step that I would say is actually quite realistic, to be honest, because of course China needs to think of how they can revive their economy, and obviously automotive is a big part of the industry, not only for the GDP, but also, of course, for the whole supplier base and manufacturers in China. And one particular thing standing out here is that that they would especially look into battery swapping and subsidies related to that. So that is, of course, great news for NIO if that would come to fruition, because we've seen that in the past, that there has been for example, an exemption for battery swapping companies, that they were eligible for subsidies despite the fact that the price of the vehicles being sold was actually above the threshold. And so we might see something similar coming soon, again announced. Let's see if they will actually do something like that again in 2023, or maybe announce it for the year later. We don't know that. But certainly that would help the NEV industry, or like EVs in general, catching up and gaining more market share. We're now at around about, the last figure I saw was 28% of penetration of electric vehicles in China compared to gasoline cars and plug-in hybrids, and so this is actually meeting already the goal of 25% penetration that was set for 2025 in China. So you see how fast they have been growing in China. Of course, the biggest EV market in the world. I'm sure they want to stay like this, and so wouldn't be a surprise to me if they would actually go through and announce new subsidies in the segment, and that would certainly be great news for investors, for example, in Tesla, certainly for somebody invested in XPeng, because they are clearly struggling right now. We'll have to see whether or not they would integrate somebody like Li Auto, which is a plug-in hybrid, more or less, with a range extender. I'm not sure if the subsidies would apply for them as well. And more particularly, of course, good news for NIO there if battery swapping is part of the focus of such new subsidies there. Anyways, that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.